Welcome, Music and Muscle. My brother Gokhan, Kingsley. We've been doing a series of interviews and just meeting interesting people as we go down this journey of fitness. And obviously we've discovered there's a lot of mental that has to do with everyone else's journey, everyone that's really focused to transforming their body. And it's almost in line with the way we think. So it's been an amazing discovery. So we decided that we're going to have a conversation. What's wrong with that?
There's nothing wrong with that.
It's good to talk, right?
Yeah.
So we said, okay, this particular Saturday, because we interview every Saturday, this particular Saturday, we're just going to have a discussion.
Yep.
You know, put it out there and see what you guys think in terms of your own particular input. I think it's just going to be impromptu. It's just, I guess, we're human. You know, there's no sort of crazy superhuman being here. It's just people that are changing their lives and using the application of physical exercise to transform their own day-to-day lives and how we approach life. This passion, discipline, and everything. I think it's passion.
Passion. There's just so much passion in what we do. And you know, if you've been watching the interviews, first of all, thanks for the support.
Thank you. Keep supporting, keep liking, keep subscribing.
And it's just, I think it's just like when we first started talking about, you know, this whole idea of like Music and Muscle on the channel and what we wanted to bring, to then have that actually happen in the exact way we imagined it, because all, you know, it's just something we're just passionate about. If I can express it in one word, it's just passion. That's what we feel about what we do. We know there's a deeper connection, and to have everyday people sitting in this seat having discussions with us, I think, expressing how they feel, that's why we do what we do.
Exactly. I mean, it's been interesting for me, and in the sense that, for example, I started training with a guy called Damien Long, and my training was so different at that point. And then I guess my association with him changed my direction. And then my association with Gokhan hopefully changed his
my direction.
And then we've got people like Joel joining in, changing his mindset. Nick is an amazing.
He's running a marathon in the next 2 weeks.
Look out for Nick, support him. He's been amazing.
Ash.
Gabriella. I mean, we've met so many people that have changed our lives, and hopefully we've touched theirs. You see what I'm saying? So, I mean, who did we interview last week?
Fojan, incredible,
amazing
mindset,
warrior. You know what I mean? Her thought process is just in line with the way we think.
Absolutely.
And she's not necessarily crazy with the gym, but she's found her happy medium.
Yeah.
So it's always interesting to have that conversation with people and hopefully keep inspiring. And one of the things that I've been blessed with, I get, you know, I know you've been blessed with DMs. People will say, "Oh, thanks, man.
Yeah.
You're really inspiring."
100%.
You see what I'm saying? I can't believe you're doing that. Look at the transformation. Yeah. And you know, I know you get that because your transformation has been crazy.
People just look at, like, I just get messages from random people, and it's just, I always just, like, I was that person. I am that person. If you inspire me, and I don't care who you are, you could be on the other side of the planet. If you inspire me through social media, you know, if I can look at a screen and be inspired by you, I will message you. I will message you, and I will tell you, listen, whether you see it or not, man, like, thanks. Yeah, man. You've done something that has touched me, that has changed my thought process, that has changed a certain way I do something. So thank you. Yeah. And to be on the receiving end of that,
it's amazing.
Out of what I'm doing, out of my passion, it's just beautiful.
Yeah. And I think it is that passion. It becomes contagious, infectious. And what we're trying to do is keep infecting people. And I guess there's no limit to what you can achieve. You've got to understand this, that it's a mindset. You just have to decide that I want to do something about it. And you don't have to be a supermodel. You don't have to be, you know, the most muscular person. Yeah. You can just find your happy medium, you know, and you can just go for it. And when you go to the gym, don't look at what people are doing. Just focus on you. Watch your development bit by bit, and then you see the transformation just surprise you. Literally surprising. We were talking to Joel, and Joel has just come and he's kind of trusted the process, and all of a sudden he's seen the gains on his body, and the excitement is giving him second wind. And this is what we're talking about, that if you just trust the process, focus on completing the task. The task is the key thing, and everything else becomes secondary gain. The body, the body will just surprise you with this gift of a physique.
Because the mental gain alone when you come into the gym and change your mindset, and I think we're both prime examples of that. Like, you know, like Kings has said, him starting to train with Damien. I've been training for years. I have been training for years. I mean, you look at my old pictures, you might not think I was lifting weights for years, but I had nothing to show for it.
Yeah.
Because the primary goal and the primary focus for me wasn't the weights, it was the body. It wasn't the training regime, it was the body. It was the physical changes. And if I didn't get those physical changes,
You get frustrated.
I'd get frustrated. Whereas if you change your mind to coming in and put it in overcoming mode, put it in boundary mode, all right? So see the exercise as something you have to overcome every week, every session. What's my next accomplishment?
Yeah.
What can I challenge myself? Because at the end of the day, right, picture yourself as just flesh and bones, right? If you're someone who makes robots, you want to make that robot better every week.
Yeah, straight up.
If you're someone who has a car, you want to see how that car can perform every week. So you put the right fuel in it, you get it serviced, you get it taken care of. So why not do the same with yourself?
Exactly.
Stop looking at the physical appearance, and then all of a sudden the physical appearance just comes.
Correct. And that is our ethos. That's how we function. We think go to the gym for the right reasons, for that mental cleanse, that detox process. You go there and you just kind of let go. If you go for the physique, I'm telling you, you're going to get distracted, you're going to get frustrated, you might even not train properly in terms of the build. People will build arms, but the inner strength is not there, the core is not there. They'll build shoulders, they'll look hench, but there's no strength, there's nothing to do with it. So if you build it correctly, everything becomes in line. Do you see what I mean? Or aligned.
Yep.
So it's interesting that we can have this discussion, and not every regime works for everyone. You've got to understand this, and that's why I always talk about gym being a place of discovery, because you discover yourself and you discover what works for you. Yep. And that's so key. It's so key. And
it's not just physical,
mental.
Not just physical, it's mental as well.
Yeah.
And I think like last week we had, the week before we had Issa. We spoke about, I'm sure you've seen Issa's video, we spoke about long term.
Well, check out Issa's videos now, YouTube. Exactly. Got a little bit of a glitch with that.
But it's
live.
It's all there.
It's an amazing dude, and it's just interesting to get an insight to the way he thinks and a different perspective. He's probably one of the few guys we've interviewed that is kind of a bit different to the way he approaches gymming 100%. That we do. We don't always want to agree with someone we interview, by the way. We want different perspectives because we know there are different perspectives out there, and different mindsets and different bodies and all sorts. So check out Issa's video,
and
by the way.
Every person we interview, I apply it. I try it. So like from Issa's interview, I wanted to try it, and I tried it this morning, for example. I had just a very, very mellow rhythm playing in my head while we was doing our stretches and our core and our press-ups. And I felt a very weird, I didn't feel pumped, and I didn't feel, in full-on attack pitbull mode like we are sometimes, and rage mode, but I felt zen. I felt very peaceful, very mellow, and very as if it calculated. And then the other day I was doing some squats, and I was lifting some heavy, and I did what Fojan recommended.
Yeah.
And I had some reggaeton on, and she sent me some of her playlists and stuff, and it's just, there's no right or wrong. There's no right or wrong, but I just love the fact that we can have people sit here and we can take something from them.
Absolutely, and just learn whatever and it's just the whole thing. I mean, you talk about social media, and everyone's saying social media is this, social media is that. You can decide what you take from it. 100%. You can decide, you can filter. If you've been, if you've raised a certain way, your mindset's programmed a certain way, you know what to gravitate to and what not to gravitate to. You can have that internal filter to absorb the things that are positive for you. And kind of,
step away from
get away from the things that that don't really do anything for you.
Absolutely.
So it's really down to you, and you've got to kind of go back to yourself and rediscover self and determine what's important to you, and that will help you in terms of moving forward. Do you see what I mean? So I think it's always interesting to have discussions and have an open forum that people can just put their input. Like I said, we learn from these people, and it spurs us on to do more. Do you see what I mean? And I hope it spurs you on to do more. Do you see what I mean? And if you ever want to get on the show, if you think you've got something to bring, bring it, because we don't want to, it's not all about people that are in the limelight or anything, it's humans. You know, I think we've totally disconnected from the humanity, you know, of our existence. And we're trying to reconnect it, if it's via the gym or whatever. It's not about that sort of materialistic approach to everything. We want people that will inspire us to be better humans. Better humans. We communicate better, we interact better. And when you look at the gym, it's such a conducive social environment for people that it's not about material, because you can see people sweating, people have got, they don't have their makeup. It's not about that. So we tend to bond with people that have that same sort of
But I see some people come to the gym and they leave
the same way they came in.
No, they leave fresher because they've took so much time taking pictures and sitting down.
That's the Benjamin Button approach. I think we've got to kind of tackle that. We don't want you. It's not. Who are we to say anything? It's not
it's not
about you being sexy and not sexy. It's all perception, and it's your inner self that determines
100%.
how sexy you feel. But what we're talking about is when you come in, you put in the work, and you leave, and you know you put in the work. Don't cheat yourself. You know, only you really know when you go home whether you put the work in or not. So we're saying, come in, put the work in, achieve what you need to achieve, and keep pushing. Do you see what I mean?
Come on.
Just leave
jump in the hot seat very quickly. Quickly. Guys, just before we switch off,
guess who turned up?
This is Mr. Joel.
Maybe you needed to put a face to the name. Sometimes when you see our videos and you see him running in the back wall, this is Joel. Alright? And he's been amazing. We've been celebrating Joel today in terms of just how you've caught on that sort of energy. And how, for example, me and Damien infected me, I've infected Gokhan, and we're finding that Gokhan is infecting you, and you're going to infect your friend that turned up as well. So, how do you feel about your training right now?
Yeah, so initially when I started, it was mainly about my body. I wasn't too happy with it. But after just turning up as like working with you lot, it's more than just about your body. Your body is secondary. But I'm doing things with my body and it's exciting me, and that's what's pushing me to keep coming. And even my friend turned up and he's like, I didn't think I can do this either, so now he's become, it's just a cycle going on.
It's hearing it, like, he just turned up and he said that. And just so you know, this is the ethos, this is the mindset we're talking about.
And this is what we
just said the same thing you said in terms of how it ignited you to. But you know, musical muscle is about that mindset, it's about infecting or affecting or influencing the people around you, so they can be better, so we can be better, so we can do better. It's not about us building muscles, it's about us being better people.
100%.
And you can see the humanity here. 100%. We're bonding more through the gym.
We are.
There's a difference.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And it's a different thing. It's so much mental. And when we go out and face the world in our jobs and whatever we do in our lives, we find that we're more energetic after we've done a 2-hour workout. So imagine that you've done a 2-hour workout from 5:30 or 6 o'clock. And your day is more energetic than someone that woke up 7 o'clock and rolled out of bed and went to work.
That's right.
Think about it.
Because to me, like the way I see it, and I know we speak about this a lot, I see it as, if you can come to the gym, I pulled myself out of bed at 4:15 this morning. I was in the gym, 5:10, we was training, right? If you can come in and do that, and push past boundaries at that time when you could be in bed, the way you are ready to take on your day, because you think to yourself, I just put myself through hell for my own physical and mental well-being. So there is nothing on the planet that can stop me. Because I've just done that to myself.
I agree. It's good, man.
Guys, listen, there's a lot more to come from us.
Thank you.
Stay tuned.
More people are going to join the journey.
There we go. We've got a website we're working on. We've got a lot of other stuff we're working on. We've got more and more people to bring in front of you every week. Just stay tuned, like, subscribe, share, and interact. 5 people or 50 people, I don't care. If you're an inspiration and you come in and you put effort in the gym,
Come through. Music and muscle forever.
Music and muscle.